Hello people, welcome to a very strange video, which I didn't think I'd make because I mostly livestream, and this is a top 5 video of my top 5 favourite tracks in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. You'll find in this video there'll be some really strange picks for what are my favourite tracks in the game, and I'm also going to make a top 5 worst tracks in Crash Team Racing, which a lot of people will probably disagree with because I have a lot of unpopular opinions about these specific tracks. So, without further ado, let's get into the top 5, shall we? You may be wondering, why is Electron Avenue at my number 5 pick and not my number 1? Well, I can answer you that question. Well, before I actually answer the question, when I was watching some top 5 videos to get some inspiration from this one, because this is not an original video by any means, they always put it as number 1, and I'm like, why? But I have a few reasons as to why I don't like this track as much as other people do. Number 1 is my fault, and that is, a while back, I used to grind Wumpa coins on this track with some friends, just, to get some easy cash and, buy some stuff from the pit stop. However, we played it so much, it started to get boring. However, that is completely my fault, and that's one of the main reasons. The other ones are quite minor. I think, I don't know if it's just me, but there is a specific ramp in the middle of the track, which gives you Bluefire, and it seems to run out, like, immediately. And I don't know why, and I'm doing all the boosts I can, but that just might be a me problem, okay? I don't know, but you obviously tell me in the comments if you have the same problem with just running out of Bluefire really quickly on this track for some reason. But now let's get on to the good stuff. The thing that is the saving grace about this track, which I love, is I learned to air brake. And learning to air brake made this track so much easier. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, there are so many sharp turns on this track that if you didn't know how to air brake, you'd be dominated by anyone who can air brake. So that was a massive saving grace. Also, oh my god, the aesthetic of this map, the neon colors, the adverts, just the bright colors. It's just, it's amazing. It's definitely. I might even consider it probably the best looking track in the game. However, that doesn't associate with being the best track in the game. So yeah, that's Electron Avenue, my number 5 pick. So let's go on to the next track, shall we? Okay, before you start screaming at me and asking why is this in front of Electron Avenue, I can explain, right? This is a clear personal preference track, as in, this is one of the first tracks I played, and I fucking adore it. It's a short track, it's my second favourite short track in the game, which is a hint towards a future track in my top 5. But you may be wondering, like, why, though? Why is it your one of your favourite short tracks? Well, number 1 is this shortcut you're about to see right here. Yeah, you see that? That shortcut is probably one of the best shortcuts in the game. It's so narrow, and when you're in first place and you place a nitro crate on top of that little platform, barely anyone's going to get past that trap. They're going to hit it straight away, so it means you're going to have a better advantage of being in the lead. And, obviously, however, if someone is to avoid the trap that's on the platform, you may think that someone has already hit it, but you're going to loop around and end up getting hit by your own trap. So, I mean, it's kind of a hit or miss shortcut, even though it's a really good one, if you get what I mean. And obviously, you're at a massive disadvantage if you're not in first. Well, that's if the person doesn't know to do that already. Also, the aesthetics of this track are amazing. I love the industrial feel, I love the snow, how I think it's like a lava energy plant. I don't know, I'm not too into the lore of Nitro Kart, but my god, it is another amazing looking track. But I wouldn't say it's one of the best ones, just so you know. And yeah, that's why I think Meteor Gorge is my number 4. So let's move on to number 3, shall we? Ha ha ha! And our number 3 spot goes to Jungle Boogie. And this is my favourite short track in the game. You may be wondering why It's because it's so goddamn short. It's like, you know, if you want to kill some time, you know, I don't go to school anymore, but if you wanted to go, if you had some time to go to school, then, you know, you could play a crap ton of matches of this, I'll tell you that. But one of the main reasons I like this track is the shortcuts, and this track 100% caters to every single type of player. It can even cater to speed characters, turning characters, you know, just whatever ones, acceleration, and just what do they call them, all-rounders, those characters, and just players in general, bad players. If you're a bad player, this track is definitely a good one to learn, because the shortcuts are just so easy to understand, and you know, it's just an easy track to navigate. And the aesthetics for this track, I can't tell you enough about every other track in this game, but it looks gosh darn amazing. And if you know, you'd be maybe wondering, why have you given Meteor Gorge more of an explanation than this one? And that's because Meteor Gorge is not usually the pick that a lot of people would put on their top 5s, to be honest. So let's move on to number 2, shall we? This track is amazing. That's literally all I can say for this track. Yeah, this track may not be one of the most amazing looking tracks in the game, but there is just something about the flow of this map, the shortcuts in this track, like the one that you're about to see, this one that a lot of people usually mess up. I love it, because I mean, I guess it's another personal preference map, I'd say, because well, I'm really good at that shortcut no matter the character, really. And obviously, again, I'm going to say it, that, you know, the gameplay you're seeing on screen does not reflect my actual skill, because it's just some shit I just cooked up in like 20 minutes just so I could make this video, pretty much. So yeah, the shortcuts are amazing. Also, I think it's the alternative routes you have for like everything. Like, you'll see at the beginning of the track, there's so many routes you can take, and I don't think any of them really loses you any time, I guess. But however, you know, I think this is another one of those... it's one of those tracks where if you don't know the shortcut and you are just a normal player who just uses the normal route around, you are going to lose a lot of time on this track. Like, this is a really risky track to play without knowing the shortcuts on it. Oh yeah, I guess a bad thing I could say about this track real quick. The bloody barrel RNG is annoying as hell. I hate it so much. This is one of the worst tracks for hazards, I'd definitely say that. And obviously, one of the worst tracks on my worst list has probably the worst hazards in it as well. So, I mean, you know, not spoiling it again, but you know what I mean. You might even know what I'm talking about when I'm referring to this. So yeah, this track is just goddamn amazing, and yeah, that's my number 2 pick, I guess. Yeah, not much explanation needed, it's just personal preference. And we'll move on to our number 1 track, right here. Oh boy, this track is amazing. I don't know why I sounded sarcastic when I said that, but it is the most amazing track in my opinion. You can't argue against it. Well, other people can, but if you try to, with me, you're going to get hurt. I'm just saying. And also, if you try and beat me in this track, and on the rare off chance that you do beat me on this track, you may have a grudge put against you for the rest of your life. I may have a biased opinion about this track because I can keep Bluefire on it for like the whole time I play it, pretty much. However, this video content that I'm showing you right here on screen while I'm commentating over it is, it's not the bee's knees. I'm going to pretend like it's not even me playing it because, you know, it might as well not be, because usually I'm pretty good at this track, but obviously not against these AIs for some reason. And yeah, the aesthetics for this track is definitely top 3. Turned a bland old hot air skyway from CTR into a casino hot air skyway for Pinstripe, which is a beautiful change. Thank God Beanox did that. Thank you, Beanox. I love you, Beanox. And yeah, I mean, I used to not like this track as much because you know, you see this turn right here, and I just did that air brake on. I used to not be able to air brake, so I used to struggle so much with that corner. But now I can air brake on that corner. Holy crap, I feel amazing while playing it all the time, and I can keep Bluefire for as long as I need. Let's get into some honourable mentions, shall we? Crash Cove. Well, I mean, that was going to make top 5, actually, but then I changed my mind, because it's just... You know, it's just Crash Cove, it's the starting track, it's fun, you know, there's not much else you can say about it, really. Another track that was going to make it in was Deep Sea Driving, and it didn't make it in, unfortunately, because there's just too much about that track which I like and hate about it, so, I mean, it wouldn't make it into my worst tracks list, let's just say that. And third, would probably be Tiny Temple. Tiny Temple is just a fun track because it's basically created for you to keep Bluefire for the whole track, which is a really fun concept idea. And if you don't keep Bluefire, you immediately lose, pretty much. So yeah, it's just a pretty fun map, cool concept. And yeah, that is pretty much my top 5 in a nutshell. Before I end this off, I'm going to quickly cut to a clip of me discussing something afterwards because you know, I have something important to say, I must say. So, thank you for watching the video, and I will talk to you in my worst videos, my worst track video, okay? Okay, well, the video's over. What I want to quickly say is, I really do apologize for not being able to stream very often. It's the internet problem that's really made me feel a bit shitty about streaming, because it was going so well, but unfortunately, I'm not saying my streaming is coming to an end, but I mean, I really need better internet if I want to stream properly, and I know you guys don't seem to be enjoying it as much because of my internet problems. Also want to say, I mean, see, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this. I'm going to start making videos like this a lot more often, like, you know, my top 5 favorite games, favorite, you know, CTR tracks, just things about, just gaming in general. I hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you enjoyed this video because I mean, it's not an original idea by any means, but I just thought it'd be fun if I did it, and obviously it'd make my, you know, at least I've put something on my channel, right? Well, yeah, so the channel's gonna change just a little bit. I mean, my schedule for streaming is basically redundant at this point. I'll basically be streaming at any time in the mornings, maybe in the afternoon. Obviously, I've got a lot more games, so, I mean, I might record some games if I, you know, if I feel like doing so. So expect some of that. But obviously, if you don't like what I'm doing, what's happened to my channel, kind of, if you unsubscribe, I completely understand. I mean, I have lost like a few subscribers, and I couldn't argue against it, to be honest. Honestly, not doing too well as of recently, but you know, I'm trying my best here, and if you can hang on, that is much appreciated. So yeah, thank you for listening if you stuck to the end of the video, and I'll talk to you in the next video, alright? See ya.